Hello, my friends. Again, I say welcome to another episode on John Sports Corner. And again, I'm going to thank our viewers and our supporters. I say supporters because there's a lot of sharing going on. People are sending sports to their friends who did not know that we have a consistent program covering sports. And after all the excitement over the last week with what was happening on the sports calendar, I have to say thank you again for your support. And at this time, I will say over to John Sports Corner.
Again, thank you so much, Trevor. A very good afternoon to our family and friends locked into John Sports Corner. Welcome again. We are in the month of Zebulun for my 12 tribe family. Thanks for visiting and staying with our global weekly sports update on the SosoBone Media Network, the global Caribbean media capital. Let me remind you to go to Winner's Circle Radio Store in the SosoBone shop and go gift shopping. Among all the items, the great Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee. Pick up a few packets.
Oh, yes.
As usual, let's talk sports and birthdays. Yesterday, Elgin Baylor, you remember him?
Oh, yes.
The NBA Great Hall of Famer would have celebrated a birthday. So too another former NBA player, Lucius Allen, who was part of that 1971 Milwaukee Bucks championship team. Barrington Brown, Guyana and West Indies cricketer, former, celebrates a birthday, celebrated yesterday. Also, another Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, Tim Raines, celebrated yesterday. Today, Sharika Williams, Olympic and world champion medalist, celebrates a birthday. Tomorrow, Trishan Gordon, another Olympic and world championship medalist out of Jamaica, celebrates a birthday. Kemar Lawrence, reggae boy, celebrates a birthday tomorrow. Winston Davis, former St. Vincent and the Grenadines and West Indies cricketer, celebrates a birthday. And who remembers the great Ronaldo, the first CR9 out of Brazil, who won 2 World Cups with Brazil? He celebrates a birthday tomorrow.
Yes.
On Friday. You remember him? Little Joe, Major League Baseball Hall of Famer with the Big Red Machine, the Cincinnati Reds. Joe Morgan, he would have celebrated a birthday on Friday. On Sunday, Christopher Henry Gale, former Jamaica and West Indies cricketer and one of only 2 Test cricketers with 2 triple centuries for the West Indies.
Hey.
Curtly Ambrose also celebrates on Sunday, Antigua and Barbuda and West Indies cricketer. Elaine Davis, Netball World Championship medalist, celebrates a birthday on Sunday. So too James Gilks, former Guyana sprinter. So let's continue with some track and field. World Championship in Tokyo. Tina Clayton won Jamaica's first medal in the 2025 Tokyo World Championships, silver in the women's 100. Her time, a personal best 10.77 seconds. With St. Lucia's Olympic gold medalist Julian Alfred placing 3rd. And talking about Julian Alfred, she pulled out of the 200 meters with reportedly a slight hamstring strain, which is diagnosed as a grade 1 strain.
John.
Mm.
You know, was that? I mean, I thought you was gonna have maybe a neck strain. You know, stretching her neck to catch at the finish line to come in third, or something like that. You know, John. I mean,
Well,
I mean.
it could be the leg strain trying to catch. You know, those ahead of her, Trevor. But you recall a few weeks ago, it was rumored or it was circulating that she was injured
Yes.
and she stopped competing about 4 weeks before the World Championship. And at
Yes.
that time, she said she was just preparing or getting ready now. It was time for her to get ready for the
Mm.
World Championships. So, you know, it just makes me wonder if back then she was feeling some kind of discomfort or some kind of niggle that kind of forced her to pull back a little.
But you did all right in the trials, John.
Yes. Well, she did in the heats and the
In the race.
semifinals.
Yes,
She
she
yeah.
did all
But
right.
she said she felt something in the final.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have respect for her, so I hope that she.
Yeah.
So
She's one of our top athletes now in the
yes, yes,
Caribbean.
yes. So how does that open up the 200, John? How does that change the betting um angle on
Well,
200?
I think what it does, Trevor, is open up a medal spot for somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah. Because you figure Melissa, US Melissa, who won the 100, she is probably going to win the 200. And with uh what's her name? Mm,
Jefferson, Thompson.
yeah, but no, not Jefferson. That's Melissa Jefferson.
Mm.
Um, no man, Julian Alfred would have would have would have. I sure she would have medaled.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I can't count out our own Sherika Jackson.
No, you can't count out Sherika Jackson. Oh, not at all.
um, you know, I don't think Sherika will win the 200, but she should medal.
You know, we never thought Tia was gonna win the 100 either.
No, she came second. Tina
Tina.
in the 100, second.
Yes, you
Bronze,
yeah.
silver,
Yes. Youngest medalist ever.
ever.
Ever. Okay. So we know that, you know, when that when that rocket starts going down the road, when as she gets stronger, John, watch out.
Anyway, Trevor,
Hmm.
following that silver medal run by Tina,
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica's men, Oblique Civil and Kishane Thompson obliged,
Hmm.
going 1-2 in the men's 100, and Oblique's time, a personal best 9.77 seconds. You know, following his failures in previous world meets, I wondered if, and I wondered out loud if Oblique had a finals phobia, since he seemed to perform so well up to semifinals, but sort of fell apart in the finals.
Well,
Now I understand, you know, Trevor.
mm-hmm.
His team has identified his problem
That's right.
that impacts his performance,
Mm-hmm.
even sometimes during training sessions.
Uh-huh.
And they have devised or come up with a way to handle, or should I say, sort out the problem.
That's right.
And you may recall, you know, in Jamaica's national championships back in June, in that final,
Mm-hmm.
he had a problem just before the start of the final, the 100, you know.
Yes.
And it's interesting that the starter at the time didn't decide to pull him out of the race, but gave him a chance and gave his handlers a chance to
Mm-hmm.
get him ready.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if the starter had pulled him out of that race, Trevor? He would not have been the 100-meter gold medalist today.
That's right.
So, I guess we have to say kudos to that starter in that Jamaica National Championships.
That's right. That's right. It worked out the way it should. So I will drink to that.
Now, let us not forget, Trevor, Seville's coach, Glenn Mills,
Oh, yes.
has now coached 4 world champion 100-meter gold medalists.
Yes.
The first one being Kim Collins out of St. Kitts and Nevis in 2003.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Usain Bolt won in 2009, 2013, 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Johan Blake in 2011, when
Yeah.
Usain, for some unknown reason, got up before the gun went off and was disqualified.
He was just too fast.
And certainly now Oblique Seville in 2025. Also, Glenn Mills coached 2023 400 winner
Mm-hmm.
in Antonio Watson.
Mm-hmm.
So Glenn Mills continues to coach champions.
Yes. Yes.
Also, a couple of news items coming from Glenn Mills himself.
Mm-hmm.
He informed us that Oblique Seville is to have an operation on his toe.
Okay.
And if that operation is successful, look out for him in the 200, because Glenn Mills believes Oblique Seville has a low 19 in his legs in the 200 meters.
Okay. And as I said before, I said when he gets out front, John, nobody catches him.
And Coach Mills also said Kivona Davis, who was one of our, before the Clayton twins, she was our top female sprinter in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Has not done so well in college. She is now training with racers with Glenn Mills.
She's back in the stable.
And Glenn says that she first of all, needs to lose some weight,
Mm-hmm.
but says she seems to still have it.
Okay.
And if Glenn Mills believes she still has it, then I'm sure he will pull it out of her.
So we're talking about 1, 2, 3 going down the road, John. You don't know his 1, you don't know his 2, but we're talking about 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but there's also another young lady, Serena Cole, and there's Alana Reed, and who have just come out of high school themselves. I've got 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of have to give them a chance to develop.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard Oblique Seville say that Glenn Mills said he would have been a champion or something to that effect by 24. So he has to give him time for development. And according to what Coach Mills has said, Trevor, apparently whatever the issue is with Oblique Seville,
mm-hmm.
it takes a lot of care. He has to get a lot of care.
Yes.
Because from what I understand, he has been sent here to the US for treatment and also to Germany for treatment.
Okay.
So, and as Coach Mills says, you don't see him running on the Diamond League circuit. And it's not because he doesn't want him to run,
mm-hmm.
but because of this problem that he has to be careful with him.
Okay. Well,
a matter of fact, that last race he ran in this year's Diamond League when he beat Noah Lyles,
mm-hmm.
and the track was wet and it was raining.
Oh, yes.
Coach Mills says if he was there, he would not have let him run.
Oh boy! I mean, and he beat them with steps to spare.
Yeah.
You know, that was
But
no
you know,
stretching. That was no stretching at the tape.
yeah.
You know, that was strides ahead.
Yep.
Mm.
Moving along, Trevor, a couple more medals for Jamaica in the men's 110 hurdles yesterday. In fact, while I counted one medal from our women in the women's 100 hurdles,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have our men as medal possibilities.
Uh-huh.
But surprise, surprise, Orlando Bennett and Tyler Mason have given Jamaica one silver, one bronze,
Oh boy. Here
and
they
in personal best times, because Orlando Bennett did a personal best 13.08 seconds,
mm-hmm.
and Tyler Mason bronze 13.12 seconds.
Oh my.
And then today, Tajay Gale came through for Jamaica once more with a silver in the men's long jump.
Mm-hmm.
Tajay leap was a season best 8.34 meters, and that gives him complete set of world championship medals: gold, silver, bronze.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
So
goodness.
Jamaica closed day 4 with 6 medals, 1 gold, 3 silvers, and 2 bronze
Oh.
medals. Sweden's Mondo Duplantis went to the bank with a 100,000 bonus
Whoa.
by clearing 6.30 meters to break the men's pole vault world record.
Yes, sirree.
And it's his third world title
Mm.
in 4 years. And, you know, he has 3 world championships, Trevor,
Mm-hmm.
and 2 Olympic gold medals.
Uh-huh.
And he has broken the world record 14 times. And he has taken the world record from 6.16 meters to 6.30 meters now.
And every time he breaks it, he gets paid.
Well, part of the money package in these world championships was a $100,000 bonus for world record breakers.
Yeah, well, he better break it a little at a time so he can keep on stacking.
You know, well, congratulations certainly to Mondo Duplantis of Sweden. He's really doing. He has dominated pole vault, Trevor.
Yes.
Anyway, what a run in the men's marathon! Can you imagine? After 26 plus miles, the race was decided by 300ths of a second.
Wow. Wow. They need to give out 2
That is
gold
not
medals
even
for
that
that.
is not even a nose, Trevor.
John, you see, no, I got a problem with that. You see, I got a problem with that. Because when the race is that close, John, it's a tie, okay? Because the clock is not changing that fast, okay? Because the clock has to pause between 1 and 2, John. Otherwise, it's 1, okay? So I am saying, that you should give out 2 gold medals, John, and a bronze, okay? 2 gold, 1 bronze, no silver, okay? It's not fair. Just listen, you
Kishian
know,
might have the same argument with the 100 in last year's race
but,
too, Trevor.
well, that was based on a shoulder, but in this case, it's based on a nose.
Anyway, Trevor, Tanzania's Alfonso Felix Simbo harmed down the home stretch to nip Germany's Amal Petros on the wire. The win by Simbu also gave Tanzania their first global gold medal.
Wow. Well earned.
Yeah.
Well earned.
Kudos also to Kenya's Faith Kipyegon, winning her 4th World Championship gold medal over 1,500 meters in 3 minutes, 52.15 seconds. She also has
Mhm.
3 Olympic gold medals over the 1,500.
Wow.
and is also the world record holder over the distance in 3 minutes, 48.68 seconds.
Mm.
You know,
Right for him.
Trevor, I have been critical of the non-selection of Brian Level in
Mm.
Jamaica's 4x1
Uh-huh.
relay pool. How could the J3s not select him? But I have to back up from that position. As I understand,
Mm-hmm.
his handlers want him to focus solely on the 200 meters.
Okay.
Be that as it may, however, it is my understanding also that while he was not selected in the relay pool, because he is a member of the team in Tokyo, he can still be selected to run a leg of the relay.
Right.
As one of my knowledgeable coaches in Jamaica said, even a shot putter can be selected to run the relay. So any athlete can be selected.
So you have a clean substitution system, John.
Well, they select the relay pool. Basically, yes.
Yes,
Although
and
they select a pool for the relay, 6 athletes. Once you are once you are in Tokyo, they
mm,
can use any athlete. They can make a change and decide, oh no, we're going to make a change here.
and that makes sense, John, because if a player gets hurt in the heats, okay, or a runner gets hurt in the heats, and he's supposed to be running in a relay, it makes sense that there's an option to replace them, John. That
Well,
you
it's
don't
six,
have,
you know, Trevor. It's six and it's four for the relay.
yes, but I'm
And
saying
usually two who run the preliminary round, they don't run the final.
yes, and I understand that, but I'm just saying that the protocol is that that substitutions is
Yeah,
allowed, and that is
yeah, yeah.
and that settles down the any doubt as to whether the team will be disqualified or not qualified to run because one of their members get hurt
They couldn't field four athletes
because they could
for
not
the
be
race.
put. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah.
On that note, let's go to our first break, but we have lots more to come. We'll be right back. Welcome back to John's Sports Corner on the SosoBone Media Network, the global Caribbean media capital. Let's continue with more world championships
Mhm.
and let's look at more of today's world championship action. All three Jamaicans, Brian Level, Adrian Carr, and Christopher Taylor, as well as Dominica's Alexander Ogando, advanced to the semifinals of the men's 200 meters. Interestingly, the young Australian sensation Goat, still only 17 years old,
Mhm.
was drawn in Level's heat,
Mhm.
and he also advanced to the semi-final round.
Uh-huh.
He placed third in that heat.
Mm.
On the women's side, both Sharika Jackson and Ashanti Moore, as well as Bahamian Antonique Strawn, through to the semi-final of the women's 200 meters,
Mhm.
and I'm keeping my fingers crossed, hoping that Ashanti Moore makes it to the final.
Okay.
Cheyenne Salmon grabbed the final spot in the women's 400 hurdles, and she's drawn in lane 4 for Friday's final.
Uh-huh.
Both Anderson Peters of Grenada and Kishore Walcott of Trinidad and Tobago advanced to the final of the men's javelin. Peters won World Championship gold medals in 2019 and 2022,
Yes,
and
yes.
bronze at the Paris Olympic Games last year. Walcott, on the other hand, have Olympic gold and bronze medals, but has not won a world championship medal so far.
Ah, John, one of the one of the names that I am a little bit concerned about that I'm not hearing any sound bites on, is Shakara Richardson, John. Okay, and I'm saying this because not because I don't think that she's a great athlete, good athlete. I just know that when our Jamaican athletes were not running, John, because of different issues, and she was running, I would say by herself, and he was winning. She was being celebrated as the fastest woman in the world. And I kept on saying, you're not the fastest woman in the world, the fastest woman on your track. Because until you run against the fastest woman in the world, you cannot be celebrated as the fastest woman in the world. I mean, a turtle can run against a.
In the 100, Trevor, she did go up against the fastest woman in the world, no?
Yes, and she came in what? Fifth?
She came in, no? Yeah, I think it's fifth.
Yes.
Yeah, she came in behind Sharika.
And that is my point. That's
Mm.
exactly my point, John. That now that she's run against the fastest woman in the world, that is when you're qualified to say you are fastest woman in the world. I can be running myself out there and come back home and say I run by myself and I'm the fastest in the world because of no. And as I said, I raised a point at that time. I don't know if you remember I raised that point. I say,
Mm.
until you compete against the best, you can't say you are the best.
That's right. On
Anyway,
the same track. Compete on the same track.
on the
At
same
the
track.
same time.
Yes, at the same time.
Hmm.
Very annoyed. Yeah.
In the men's triple jump, Trevor, Jamaica's Jordan Scott
Mm.
and Lazario Martinez of Cuba
Mm-hmm.
both have advanced to the final. And tomorrow finals include men's javelin, the women's triple jump,
Mm-hmm.
and the men's and women's 400 meters.
Mm.
Nikisha Price of Jamaica, the only Jamaican woman advancing to the women's 400 final, but she is drawn in that dreaded lane one.
Oh boy.
And to medal, she will have to go low sub 49.
Mm.
Anyway, as I like to say to Trevor, that's why we run the race.
Mm-hmm.
On the men's side, Rasheen McDonald through to the final of the men's 400, and he is drawn in a favorable lane 6.
Oh yeah.
And if he has another 43 seconds in his legs, he'll medal. Remember how we criticized him for slowing down in the national championships, Trevor, and
Mm-hmm.
just missing the qualifying time for the world championships.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he has bust through the world championship qualifying time now.
He
So,
learned his lesson.
well, now is not a time to be learning lessons. Now you're running for big time medals. you know, so you have to pull out all the stops. Trinidad and Tobago's Jerry Richards, he's also through to the final of the men's 400. And interesting, Botswana has 3 athletes in the men's 400-meter final.
That's dangerous, John. That is
Not
dangerous.
only that, but they are favored to win the men's 4x4
Well,
because chances are, what's his name? Letsile Tebogo will
mm-hmm.
be the 4th athlete. He ran a master leg in the Paris Olympic Games last year. So
Right.
we expect him to be on that 4x4 team.
Yes, and not only that, John. You see, they have the players that they can put out there to be the rabbit.
Yeah.
you know.
Now, the women's triple jump final also tomorrow. And with Yulimar Rojas of Venezuela returning to the pit after injury,
Uh huh.
Dominica's Olympic gold medalist, Ciala Fond, and Cuba's Leonis Perez Hernandez in the final. Boy, Shanika Ricketts will be hard pressed to medal tomorrow, Trevor. She will have to come close or bust through 15 meters to medal.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's going to be interesting, John. But, I remember a long time ago, the Ministry of Culture, Sports and Culture, Mr. Bob Grange, we were talking about 4 years ago when she were talking about how outstanding, the Jamaican athletes were. She said, "Oh, no, say nothing yet. What we have done on the plantation, no, don't say nothing yet." Okay? And I was like, whoa, what's coming? John, if anybody in their right mind had said that we're going to have a set of twins coming, John. Twins, John.
Yeah.
We're, you don't know which one of them to choose.
But Trevor, can you imagine them going to a world champion or a global championship then and get to the 100 final?
Yes.
And it's a tie for the gold medal. That is something that is a lifetime. That would be a lifetime thing, something you probably never see again,
I mean, listen. We understand one member in a family, okay, getting that super gene where the DNA really got, concentrated in that one person. Like, like a bolt, for example. So the lightning strike and he's a lightning bolt. But John, two at the same time?
Well, and interesting too, their mother is there, Trevor.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I heard an interview with Tina, Trevor.
Mm-hmm.
And she talks about how her mother being a Christian. And her final comment was, she might have to go get baptized now. I thought it was so funny. I might have to go get baptized.
Oh, she's thanking God so much.
I tell you what. Yeah. Anyway, Trevor, moving on, let's move on to some cricket, lovely cricket, as Cricket West Indies released a 22-game schedule across all formats for the remainder of 2025. Starting with 3 2020 matches against Nepal in Sharjah, September 27th, 29th, and 30th. A 2-test tour of India, October 2nd through the 14th. A white ball tour of Bangladesh that includes 3 one-day internationals, October 18th through the 23rd, and 3 2020s, October 27th to November 1st. A white ball and test tour of New Zealand that includes 5 2020s, November 5th through the 12th, 3 one-day internationals, November 15th through the 21st, then 3 test matches, December 2nd through the 21st. Now, Cricket West Indies named their squad for the India test matches, and it is Roston Chase captain, Jamel Warwick vice captain, Kevlin Anderson, Ali Catanese, John Campbell, Tajnarine Chandapal, Justin Greaves, Shea Hope, Tevin Imlak, Alzari Joseph, Brandon King, Anderson Phillip, Harry Pierre, and Jaden Seals. The first test in Narendra Modi Stadium, Ahmedabad, October 2nd through the 6th. The second test at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi, October 10th to the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
The series forms part of the ICC World Test Championship and will be the first away fixture for the test team in the new cycle and the first test tour of India since 2018. The team departs the Caribbean September 22nd.
Mm.
Back in the Caribbean now, and the Caribbean Premier League on Sunday at the Guyana National Stadium, the Guyana Amazon Warriors by 6-4 runs over Barbados Royals.
Mm-hmm.
Warriors 189 for 6 from 20 overs. Shimron Hetmeyer 68, Quentin Sampson 50, Sherfane Rutherford 2 for 35 from 3 overs. Royals 125 in 18.2 overs. Sherfane Rutherford got 27, Kofi James 26, Gudakesh Moti 5 for 21 from 3.2 overs. Shamar Joseph 2 for 18 from 3 overs. Dwayne Pretorius 2 for 29 from 4 overs. Player of the match, Shimron Hetmeyer. Now,
John, so Guyana's finally one run. Okay, good. But Etty has not been doing pretty well, He broke out for that game, John. He broke out for that game by giving you, giving you
a decent score.
Yeah, a decent score. But I thought they should have dropped Etty, let him go, think about playing the game, because for the last 4 or 5 games, John, he has not, I don't think he broke into double figures. Okay? So
that is how cricket is, Trevor. Sometimes you don't do as well as you are expected to do. But doesn't mean that they're going to drop you.
Well,
especially when you are potentially one of our better players.
Well, potential is showing a lot of potential right now.
Well, in last night's Caribbean Premier League, what they call Eliminator, at Providence, Trinbago Knight Riders by 9 wickets over the Antigua and Barbuda Falcons. Falcons 166 for 8 from 20 overs. Andres Gauss 61, Amir Jangu 55. And once that partnership was broken, Trevor, the batting went downhill.
Fast.
Sorab Netravalka, he picked up 3 for 23 from 4 overs. Usma Tariq 2 for 19 from 4. Andre Russell 2 for 30 from 2. The Knight Riders 168 for 1 from 17.3 overs. Nicholas Poran 90 not out. Yeah. Alex Hayes 54 not out. Raheem Cornwall was the lone wicket taker, 1 for 50 from his 4 overs. The player of the match was Nicholas Poran. And in that match, in that game, Trevor, Nicholas Poran was given out twice.
Yeah.
But
and VAR.
You went to the video.
Yeah, the VAR. I said no.
And the ball was missing the stump.
Yes.
But he batted well. Now, this evening, the Caribbean Premier League qualifier 1 at Providence, Guyana Amazon Warriors will be playing the St. Lucia Kings. In Women's Caribbean Premier League at the Guyana National Stadium, Barbados Royals women by 3 runs over the Guyana Amazon Warriors women.
Aye.
Royals 132 for 6 from 20 overs. Chanel Henry 46 not out. Shamari Atapathu 37. Laura Clarice 3 for 28 from 4 overs. The Warriors women 129 for 8 from 20 overs. Amy Hunter 63, Shemaine Campbell 40, Shamari Atapathu 3 for 25 from 4 overs. Afi Fletcher 2 for 28 from 4 overs. And in a earlier game, the Barbados Royals by 7 wickets over Trinbago Knight Riders women.
Hey.
The Knight Riders women 148 for 8 from 20 overs. Jester Nansen 71. Chika Pandey 24. Chanel Henry 3 for 25 from 4 overs. Shamila Connell 2 for 33 from 4.
Hey.
Barbados Royals women 149 for 3 from 19.1 overs. Shamari Athapathu 89. Courtney Webb 50 not out. Shika Pandey 2 for 19 from 3.1 overs.
Hey.
The West Indies Sri Lanka Youth One-Day Series came to an end with a 130-run Duckworth-Lewis win for the Sri Lankans over West Indies on the 19th, which was the 7th and final game of the series. Sri Lanka on the 19th, 180 for 5 from 26 overs. Vimath Dinsara, 58 not out. Kavija Gamaj, 51. Israel Morton, 3 for 30 from 5 overs. West Indies on the 19th, 62, that's 6-2 in 14.2 overs.
Ooh.
Captain Joshua Dorn top scored with 16. Kavija Gamaj 4 for 9 from 4 overs. Rasit Nimsara 2 for 9 from 3 overs. Sethmika Semiviratne 2 for 30 from 4. However, West Indies on the 19th win the series 4 games to 3. Let's go to another break and we'll come back with some more cricket. And we continue with cricket, lovely cricket. And we will be crossing the waters to Lahore, Pakistan, where South Africa women by 8 wickets over Pakistan women in game 1 of their 3-game series. Pakistan women 255 for 4 from 50 overs. Sidra Amin 121 not out. Muniba Ali 76. Ayabanga Taka 2 for 36 from 9 overs. South Africa women 259 for 2 from 48.2 overs. Marizan Cap 121 not out. Tasmin Brits 101 not out.
Wow.
Ramil Shamin 1 for 29 from 10 overs. Sadia Iqbal 1 for 41 from 9.2 overs. And England draw first blood in their 2020 series against Ireland by winning game 1 by 4 wickets at Dublin. Ireland 196 for 3 from 20 overs. Harry Tector 61 not out. Lorcan Tucker 55. Paul Sterling 34. Adil Rashid 1 for 36 from 4 overs was the most economical bowler.
Hey.
England 197 for 6 from 17.4 overs. Phil Salt 89. Josh Butler 28. Sam Curran 27. Matthew Humphries 2 for 44 from 4 overs. Graham Hume 2 for 36 from 2. The player of the match, Phil Salt.
Okay.
And we travel, as Bob Marley said, not to dread it in Zimbabwe. Well, in Bulawayo.
Yes.
Zimbabwe by 33 runs over Namibia in game 1 of their 2020 series. Zimbabwe 211 for 3 from 20 overs. Ryan Bennett 94. Tadiwanashe Marumani 62. Alexander Bossing Volshenk 2 for 43 from 4 overs. Namibia 178 for 7 from 20 overs. Jan Nicol Lofty Eaton 38. Zane Green 33. Shikadar Raza 2 for 31 for 4 overs. Blessing Muzarambani 2 for 38 from 4 overs. Player of the match, Brian Bennett. In game 2, at the same venue, Zimbabwe again by 5 wickets over Namibia. Namibia 169 for 6 rather from 20 overs. John Nicol Lofty Eaton 47, Malan Kruger 45, Richard Engarava 2 for 25 from 4 overs. Brad Evans 2 for 25 from 3. Zimbabwe 170 for 5 from 18.1 overs. Tadi Wanashe Muramani 50, Brian Bennett 40, J.J. Smith 2 for 38 from 4 overs. Player of the match, Brian Bennett. Zimbabwe take an unbeatable 2-game-to-0 lead in the 3-game series. And of the 28 West Indies cricketers whose names were submitted for the South Africa 2020 auction, only Brandon King and Gudakesh Moti have been picked up. Season 4 set to bowl off December 26th. Moti picked up by Carl Royals, King by the Joburg Super Kings. Other West Indies cricketers were picked up prior to the auction. Nicholas Poran was pre-signed by the MI Cape Town. The Super Kings secured the services of Akil Hussain. Pretoria Capitals signed Sherfain Rutherford. Sunil Narain pre-signed by the Durban Super Giants, while Andre Russell by the Capitals as a wild card. And again, let me remind you, it is just now a matter of weeks, I should say, the 44th Cricket Hall of Fame induction ceremony, Saturday, October the 4th, at the Marriott Hotel, Windsor, Connecticut. And you can go to crickethof.org to get tickets if you have not gotten your tickets yet. And that is crickethof.org for tickets.
Yes.
In football, the final round of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, the next round scheduled for October. October 9th, Nicaragua plays Haiti and Honduras plays Costa Rica. October 10th, Bermuda takes on Trinidad and Tobago. Suriname plays Guatemala. Curacao hosts Jamaica, while El Salvador plays Panama. October 13th, Honduras plays Haiti. Costa Rica takes on Nicaragua. October 14th, Curacao takes on Trinidad and Tobago. Jamaica hosts Bermuda. Panama plays Suriname, and El Salvador hosts Guatemala.
What are the present standings, John?
Jamaica has won their 2 games so far.
Okay.
They lead their group.
Okay.
With 6 points.
All right, good.
Caribbean Club Cup. Yesterday, Central FC 2 goals to 0 over Mocha. Later tonight, or this evening, Cavalier will be hosting Trinidad and Tobago's Defense Force.
Oh, interesting match.
Yeah, but Cavalier is in a rebuilding stage, you know. They lost. I'll get to it, the Premier League game on the weekend to their final rival, 2 goals to 1, Mount Pleasant. But tomorrow, Robin Hood takes on O&M Football Club, while Juventus takes on Wales. And going across the pond to UEFA Champions League, Inter Milan 2 goals to 0 over Ajax of Amsterdam.
Hey.
Bayern Munich 3-1 over Chelsea. Liverpool squeezed Atletico Madrid 3 goals to 2. Paris Saint-Germain 4 goals to 0 over Atalanta. Arsenal 2-0 over Athletic Club. Quarterback 3 goals to 2 over Benfica. And this is a historic win for Quarterback, as they are the first Azerbaijani side to win a Champions League main draw match. I remember the days, Trevor, when Benfica was a big team in Europe.
Yes.
And they had the Black Panther of Mozambique playing for them in Eusebio. But they have kind of fallen on some hard times. So anyway, Juventus and Borussia Dortmund in a goal-filled 4-4 draw. Real Madrid 2-1 over Olympique Marseille, while Tottenham 1-0 over Villarreal.
Okay.
Jamaica Premier League scores, as I mentioned, Mobay 3-1 over Tivoli Gardens. Portmore 1-0 over Police. Dunbeholden 2-0 over Malines United. Mount Pleasant again 2-1 over Cavalier. Racing 4-2 over Treasure Beach. Arnett Gardens 1-0 over Chapelton Maroons. Harbourview win 2-1 over Waterhouse. And that's a big win for Harbourview because they have really been struggling recently. And that's where we draw covers on John Sports Corner this Wednesday afternoon on the SosoBone Media Network. Thanks for joining us, and tell a friend that we span the sports globe. Remember to go to Winner Circle store in the SosoBone shop and shop till you drop. Included in the store is the great Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee. Be safe. Enjoy the rest of the week, family. Vaya con Dios.